Okay, so you want to know what is the best build for soldiers in the new hero loadout, and I have three different builds for you. There's going to be a crit build, a base damage build, and a pistol build. So the main heroes that you're going to need for the pistol one, you're going to want Quick Draw Calamity because her bonus is increased pistol damage and impact for the first 6 shots. She's going to be the main hero for the pistol build. Redline Ramirez is a good hero for all of them if you use snipers, because she increases sniper damage by 17%. If you don't use snipers, swap her out for anyone else. If you want to use shotgun damage, for example, you can swap her out. Rescue Trooper Ramirez is going to be support in the other two builds, but she's going to be the main hero in the base damage build because she gives increased assault damage by 50%, which is a crazy increase to all assault rifles when she is the main hero. Next is Tactical Assault Sledgehammer. He increases critical damage on assault rifles by 75% in support, but when he's main, he increases it by 225%. That's a massive crit damage on assault rifles, and that is crazy. So if you use him as a main, you're going to want to use 3 assault rifles if you can. You can also use a sniper because you'll have Redline Ramirez in support. And then a few of the support heroes are Bulletstorm Jonesy, who every shot you fire increases ranged weapon damage by 1%, which is a good increase because it stacks 25 times, so you can increase weapon damage by 25% if you've got like an SMG that fires a lot of bullets, or you've got, you know, an LMG, whatever. Assault rifles still work well because if you're going to use the whole clip by the end of it, you're going to be shooting a lot more damage. And then Skull Ranger Ramirez is one that I use in all of my soldier builds as support because after you reload, it increases weapon damage, all weapon damage, by 15% for 5 seconds. Now, 5 seconds is actually a long time. It doesn't sound a lot, but 5 seconds you could kill 5 husks probably. And after you reload, it's going to increase weapon damage by 15%, and that is a really good support for all of the builds. And then finally, we have Urban Assault Headhunter, who every headshot you get increases headshot damage by 4% for a further 2 seconds. Again, 2 seconds doesn't sound long, but if you're shooting at someone in the head, the next bullet's going to be like 0.1 second after, so it's going to keep increasing the headshot damage. I don't use her in all the builds, but most of them I do. Alright, so let's get to the first build, which is base damage. So Rescue Trooper Ramirez as the main hero, she's going to increase assault damage by 50%. So all of your assault weapons, even your Bobcat, which is, I don't know, technically an SMG, but it's classed as an assault weapon. So that's going to increase the damage by 50%. And then I have Redline Ramirez in support first. She increases sniper damage by 17%. I use the Obliterator and the Super Shredder, so they're going to increase their damage by 17%. If you don't use snipers, obviously, like I said before, swap her out. If you do use snipers, I definitely recommend keeping her in. And then there's Bulletstorm Jonesy, who gives the buff of every time you shoot, it increases the damage by 1%, stacks up to 25 times, which is pretty cool, especially for high magazine weapons like the Hemlock or the Bobcat. Then there is Skull Ranger Ramirez. So every time you reload, you're going to increase weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. This is a really good one, especially if you have a lot of weapons that you maxed out the reload speed on. You can just, after you've killed an enemy, reload and then shoot your next enemy, and your weapon damage is going to be increased. I also then use Tactical Assault Sledgehammer as a support here, just so that the assault rifles that I do use, when they crit for more damage. I feel like that's a good support. You can probably swap him out for anything if you want. He's not that key a hero in this, but I do still use him because I have a few weapons that are crit builds now. And then finally we have Urban Assault Headhunter, who has each headshot increases headshot damage by 4%. And that is the first build. Again, my gadgets are Hover Turret and Adrenaline Rush. I use these on all my builds, but that's up to you. And then I use Preemptive Strike, which, because all of my heroes are legendary rarity and are 4 or 5 stars. Every shot on a full health enemy is going to do 32.5% extra damage, which is it's a pretty good increase, especially if you're going to shoot a smasher that's at full health. If you use a sniper, it's now going to do like 150% of the damage. Then the second loadout is the tactical assault sledgehammer. So this is the crit build. So if you have crit weapons, assault weapons that is, if you have crit assault weapons, this is the build that you're going to want to use. He gives an increased assault critical damage by 225%, which is a crazy increase. Your critical damage might already be at 200%, so this is going to make it 400%, so it's going to do 4 times the damage when it crits. And then your weapons might have a crit chance of 40%, so you're going to be doing crazy damage with that. Again, I use Preemptive Strike as the team perk because all of my heroes are legendary and are 4 or 5 stars. I definitely recommend using that if you do have all of them at that level. If not, you could use whatever team perk you want. That's not really that much of a big deal. So I have again Redline Ramirez because she gives the sniper damage. I use snipers. If you don't, swap her out, that's fine. I then use Rescue Trooper Ramirez in support. She's the one from the first build because she gives an extra 17% assault damage bonus, which is really good. Then Urban Assault Headhunter again for the headshot damage increase every time you get a headshot. Bulletstorm Jonesy in support again for each bullet you fire, an extra 1% damage. And then Skull Ranger Ramirez again in support for the increased weapon damage every time you reload. I think out of these two, I'm not sure which I prefer yet because I haven't used them that much, but they're both really strong. Finally, if you have some pistols that you like to use, I'll just show you quickly the pistols that I have that actually work really well with this. So I have Duelist. It has 6 bullets in a mag and it does massive damage. Last Word has 6 bullets in a mag and does really high damage. And then finally I have the Whisper, which has 12, not 6, so if you shoot 6 bullets you might want to reload and then keep firing. But this is a faster pistol that you can use at more close range. So if you use those 3 pistols with this loadout, it's going to be probably the best way. You could also use an assault rifle or a sniper, either way works. But her main buff is that her pistol damage is increased by 40% and impact by 50% for the first 6 shots. So those first 2 pistols I showed you, they only have 6 shots in a magazine. So every shot is going to be doing 40% extra damage. That's crazy. And then, if you use Ranger Deadeye in support, he gives an extra 17% to all pistol damage. So even if you're using the Whisper, all bullets are going to be 17% at least. I then use Urban Assault Headhunter because the headshot damage increase applies to all weapons, it's not just assault weapons, so I think that's a really good perk to have. I use Redline Ramirez here because I might want to add a sniper in my last slot instead of a pistol. Again, I use Skull Ranger Ramirez because every time you reload it increases weapon damage by 15%, so you're going to be reloading a lot because you've only got 6 bullets in a magazine, so that's going to be increasing the damage even more. And then finally I have Rescue Trooper Ramirez in support for assault damage increase. So that's if you want to have, with this build you could have 1 pistol, 1 assault rifle and 1 sniper, and they're all going to be doing more damage than they usually do. And for the team perk, you can go with whatever you like here, to be honest, it doesn't really matter too much. But those are the main 3 builds for soldiers. I think number 2 is the best probably. Number 1's really good as well, and number 3 is quite fun, especially with the Last Word pistol. It's really fun to use. But yeah, I'll just go over the heroes again that you need, just so you know. So you're going to need Quick Draw Calamity. This is only for the pistol build. Redline Ramirez for all of them if you want. Rescue Trooper Ramirez is key because she gives the assault rifle damage. Tactical Assault Sledgehammer is key for the crit build. He's the main hero in that. Bulletstorm Jonesy is the every shot increases the damage by 1%. He's pretty good for all the builds. Skull Ranger Ramirez, probably one of the best supports, is after you reload increases the weapon damage. and Urban Assault Headhunter is every headshot you increase the headshot damage by 4%. So those are the heroes you're going to need, and those are the builds. So I hope you found the video useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.